historically, Bach has always had, based on the number of bells and different components that were available to it, you could pretty much build a trumpet to your own configuration. And we've done that for many, many years. And in more recent years, we developed something called Build-A-Bach, where you could go online and actually configure your instrument, and it would lay out all the specifications and the pricing and all of those things to it. And the goal is to continue to do that at some point. We currently don't do that right now, and if I can point to any one event that led to that, it's COVID-19. So during the pandemic, every industry was affected by COVID in terms of manufacturing. It impacted us in several ways. We had an aging workforce, so we had a lot of craftspeople who had been working in the company for 30 to 40 to 45 years, that during COVID, they either retired, some actually unfortunately passed away from COVID, and we had a pretty big turnover in younger people in our plant due to the financial situation in Elkhart, Indiana. Elkhart, Indiana, in addition to being the home of Bach instruments and Con Summer, it's the recreational vehicle, RV capital of the world. And so most of the RVs that you see globally are made in Elkhart, Indiana. And oddly enough, during COVID, that industry had the very best years in the history of the RV business. And so they actually recruited people from all kinds of industries around Elkhart, including ours. So we lost a lot of people because we were actually ramping down production because COVID impacted the sale of musical instruments, while the RV industry was actually ramping up and demanding more people. So we lost a lot of people. So we've had to hire new people in, and we have to do a very, very good job of training people. And if you've never been into a musical instrument manufacturer like ours, one, I invite you anytime you're in the States and you want to come see us at the Bach plant, anytime you can do that. But if you were to see it, you would see that there are so many manual processes. There's about 130 separate parts that goes into making a trumpet, but there are about 485 different processes, and most of those are done by hand, right? And so there are a lot of skills that have to be learned on the job over time. And so what we decided was during that time, we had to try to help simplify the process of training people on how to continue to make Bach trumpets at the high level that we've enjoyed over all these years. So to help do that, we started to narrow down the focus of the kinds of instruments and the kind of options that you could get so that we could get people focusing on making all the standard kinds of models so that they can do that, get very, very good at that, and then we will branch out. So that is why we actually stopped doing custom models. We hope to get back to that point in the future. We would like to, long term, in a couple of years down the road, we would like to have a Bach custom shop back in the plant. That is one of our goals and one of our stated goals. And so we look forward to the time we can actually do more customization. But with what we've done is we focused on the number of models that we have, so there are less options, but we've offered a lot of new options in the way of new models in the 190 series. And so there's a lot of variety out there with our current models without having to go to the extreme of actually changing materials and doing all of kind of custom work. So I would definitely take a look at what all of our current standard offering is, because we have a lot of what used to be custom are standard models now in the new 190s series today.